I hear it all the time. Dr. Jess, I am so stressed, and I know that self-care is important to manage my stress. I just don't have the time. Believe me, I understand between my work, my home life, and all of the extenuating circumstances that I go through that dictate my schedule, I know how it feels to be busy. But you can follow my lead and find that important time for self-care. And today I'm going to share with you 3 ways to find the time for yourself when you have no time. So, tip number 1, be clear about your priorities. Write down a list of things that are important to you and your family, your friends, your career, your self-care. Then look at how much time you spend on each. And if you're really honest with yourself, you can see where you're spending an inordinate amount of time on things that aren't that important. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, map out your time. Keep a detailed schedule. Excuse me. Write down everything you do. And this way, you can see what you're doing, and you can manage your time in a way that you're not agreeing to things that you really don't have time for. So you're not going to say yes to new things unless you have an area you can pencil it in. And number 3 is kind of my favorite. Say no. Most people end up overscheduling themselves because they feel uncomfortable saying no when people ask them to do things. So they don't want to disappoint others. They want to do it all. They don't want to let anybody down. And so they say yes. And they end up only disappointing themselves because they don't have time for the things that are important to them. And we see this a lot. We see this a lot in the workplace, and we see this a lot in caregivers. And it's really important to become comfortable saying no. So those are my 3 tips for learning to manage your time so that you can incorporate more self-care steps in your lifestyle. It's not easy, but remember, time management leads to stress management. Stress management leads to better overall health and well-being. I'm Dr. Jess, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Kind of a Big Deal of Info with Dr. Jess. Thanks for tuning in.